FSU plans to not only build back a better football team next season, but a better stadium. With the help of Manhattan Culpeper and the Seminole Boosters, FSU aims to have new and improved seating, amenities, and climate-controlled club areas, all coming right here to you in August of 2025. As Florida House Bill 433's legislative run is cooling down, Florida temperatures are only heating up. This bill would have proposed a 10-minute shade break for every 2 hours that Florida's construction workers are outside in the sun. Last week, Ron DeSantis blocked the bill, and in his statement on Friday, he said that the only county having problems with this issue was Miami-Dade. Florida activists say that this is going to be a huge loss for Florida's construction industry.
Now here's one of the classrooms where Marcellus will be teaching from here at UCF. Not only will students have a chance to learn from him, but have a chance to perform with him.
Welcome to WVFS, FSU's in-house radio station. Students and Tallahassee locals alike have been riding the airwaves of the station's alternative style since its founding in 1987. Run almost entirely by student volunteers, working at the station demands professionalism, energy, creativity, and resilience. These qualities are a necessity for the continued growth, development, and success of WVFS.
The radio station has by default had to be resilient, right? We're this nationally recognized college radio station, now internationally recognized.
During its decades of operation, WVFS has forged a very tight-knit community. Students know that teamwork and betterment of others within the station have also aided to its overall success.
I've never met such a group of people where people genuinely want to see you do better and want to help you. We genuinely all want what's best for each other and are so kind in delivering helpful information to each other.
The station is a place where I've met a lot of my best friends, people I've gone across the country with for concerts just to hang out. I've met so many wonderful people here, made so many tremendous memories.
And all those memories stem from an overall appreciation of the alternative music that WVFS has to provide.
Up next is Lamb Chop with the track Whatever Mortal. Stuff you can only catch here on The Voice.
Robert Kirk is one of the main DJs at the station, playing all his favorites and more for everybody tuning in.
And all the staff here are volunteers. We all do this for free for kind of the not only the experience of college radio, but for the love of college radio. To come in and give your time every single week.
Good morning.
This is a big commitment to the station, and it just kind of fosters that love for the 89.
The waves here at WVFS flow through more than just music. While they do have a very rare catalog in station, the station also provides other outlets such as sports, news, design, creative writing, and commentary.
I encourage strongly anybody who wants to learn a little bit more about music or a little bit more about themselves to listen in, give it a shot, find your favorite specialty show programming. We literally have something for everybody at WVFS.
While we can't say just how many lives the station has touched, we can say that WVFS has gone above and beyond to make the dreams and aspirations of thousands of students a reality.
It's home.
Climbing to one of the top 5 college radio stations in the nation, their sound waves continue to grow stronger for all to hear. I'm Frank Palmieri reporting.
The Disaster Intelligence Analyst Laboratory, or DIAL, is setting up students for success in the field of emergency management. DIAL is located in the College of Social Sciences and Public Policy. The lab serves as part of the Emergency Management and Homeland Security program. In this internship program, students create reports on natural disasters, public safety, and so much more through open source intelligence. David Merrick is the director of the EMHS program.
Kind of the concept of DIAL is that it replicates the intelligence cycle. So we go through the collection, the analysis, and the distribution piece pretty much every day.
So we're getting live streamed footage, we're getting video from people that are protesting it, we're getting video from people that have joined in, and I think we're also getting, from behind the police line as well.
So they collect through open source intel, so yes, social media, regular media, government sources. We have some tools that we use to do that. A lot of it is just manual. As they find items of interest, they'll try to verify that.
So that's pulling in anything that's centralized around that FSU campus in London. And then obviously, as you can see, it's highlighting certain words. So obviously, that's something that we'd want to be paying attention to if someone's saying that in relation to FSU or anything else like that, because obviously we want to make sure that our FSU students that are abroad are just as safe as our FSU students that are on campus.
Students will then find more sources to confirm the intel that they've gathered. They'll then create a report in real time and push the information out to various agencies or stakeholders that Dial reports to.
And our biggest one is right here at home. FSU's police department, emergency management, international programs, student government, which runs the union. Those are all kind of major partners of ours.
Other stakeholders include the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Leon County Emergency Management, Florida Emergency Management, and several counties around the state. Abby McDade is a graduate student in international affairs.
I took Intel Analysis and Communications. We had to work a shift in Dial and kind of experience that firsthand, doing the sort of pro rep, on a particular topic. And it was super interesting to me, so I ended up applying and got in.
The Dial program is available for any student in any major on campus, but it is an internship that requires an application. Participants in the program say they feel other students should get involved because this is a great learning experience.
Renzo Nucci is graduating this semester and heading towards his master's in international affairs. He says Dial has helped him, and not just academically.
Professionally, what will keep me remembering Dial are the skills I picked up, the ability to not only create these reports, but collaborate on them with a bunch of different people, building maps that are used to make other reports, and just streamlining operations on a day-to-day basis. The biggest one for me is probably the people. I don't think I would have lasted as long as I have, or I don't think people would stay in Dial as long as they do if we didn't all like each other and have a good time in there besides the work.
The Dial program not only teaches open source intelligence, but brings students together to collaborate and grow individually and as a team. I'm Caitlin Walsh reporting.
People are impatient and they don't care. People do not care.
Yvonne Brown has been behind the wheel of a school bus for years. Now she is in charge of training other drivers in Osceola County.
I'm just teaching them how to be safe in the bus.
She says one thing has not changed: drivers illegally passing school buses while students are getting on or off.
I've even been in situations where the cars pass and drivers behind them is blowing the horn. I'll even blow the horn to try to get their attention to let them know, hey, you're supposed to stop.
Osceola County Schools says it saw a record number of stop arm violations during a survey this year, a more than 70% increase compared to the year before.
It just baffles me that many people are ignoring a school bus.
The school district is not alone. I requested the results for other local districts that participated in the same survey over the last 2 years. Orange and Volusia both saw a rise in drivers passing school buses illegally. Those drivers could not be cited until now.
Under the new state law, drivers could face a $225 fine for stop arm violations. Local school districts can hire law enforcement or contract a third-party vendor to monitor the camera and issue tickets. There must also be signs on buses letting drivers know they are recording.
All of our buses are equipped with 10 cameras total. 6 interior and 4 exterior.
Within the last school year, Volusia County Schools upgraded all of its buses to include 360-degree cameras.
We do have the capability of seeing cars that run our stop signs or our stop arms.
Director of Student Transportation Rodney Smith says the district monitors the cameras. Leaders can view what is happening live or download the footage.
So the 360 is actively monitoring, so it's always recording, whether they're driving or not.
News 6 boarded a bus and got an up-close look at the technology.
If there was a stop arm violation, they would see a car passing on this left side of the screen.
Drivers can view what is happening anywhere inside or outside the bus.
Our external cameras have already paid dividends when our buses have been hit on the road. We're able to we're able to bring the area managers who report to those accidents, bring a dongle along with their laptops, and they're able to show the law enforcement officer at the scene right then what happened.
School leaders in Brevard, Flagler, Osceola, and Seminole counties all tell us they plan to enforce the new law by fining drivers who illegally pass buses. They are still trying to figure out who will monitor the cameras and issue the tickets, but until then,
All it takes is a few minutes to just wait, and those few minutes could cost somebody's life.
Shot in the face, and he's in stable condition that we know right now.
A large crime scene for hours Wednesday outside this motel on US 192 in Kissimmee. Deputies say an altercation between two men led to gunfire around 8 a.m., leaving a man shot and rushed to the hospital, all as the search continues for the shooter. Tina Connolly said the man who was shot is her friend.
He's a good dude. He takes care of people around him. You know, he's one of them people that really look out for people out here.
For hours, we saw crime scene investigators taking pictures as detectives laid down evidence markers outside the Arlington Inn Motel near Sam's Pub and Lounge.
We have a lot of drug activity out of here, and it's something that's been an ongoing issue, so we're trying to keep it under control.
Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez said the shooting appears to be an isolated incident, and they're working to try and piece together a motive and track down the shooter and a better suspect description.
So the video cameras, we're working all those things as we speak to see if we can pinpoint this and get more information on whoever's involved.
Man, he's a good dude. And I hate to see the violence in our community.
Sheriff Lopez says they've been working to cut down on drug activity and crime in this area, and he said overall violent crime in Osceola County is down compared to this time last year. If you can help in this investigation, you're asked to call the Osceola County Sheriff's Office right away. In Osceola County, I'm Jerry Askin, getting results, News 6.
With the average cost of price nearly $100 to fill up a tank right now, drivers tell me they'll be lucky if this even lasts a week. Robert DeCosi told us it cost him $143 to fill his car up weekly. According to AAA, this week, Florida's national average is $3.80. That's 50 cents more than gas prices on the 4th of July.
It's fluctuated a little bit, but it's never going back to where it's comfortable.
The reason? The rising demand for fuel and record-breaking heat, which impacts oil refineries.
If we have a hurricane that moves into the Gulf of Mexico and it even threatens refineries along that area, you can see gas prices increase due to concerns about supply shortages.
A higher demand with extended summer travel is another huge reason gas is so expensive.
Demand is always there. It's just the supply side that tends to fluctuate.
Experts believe once students are back in school, those prices could go down. DeCosi says he thinks prices will rise with more teachers, students, and parents traveling to class in cars and buses.
The more people are on the road driving cars, i.e. parents driving kids, schools, buses driving kids, it's going to eat up more of the supply, which is going to make the price go up.
And even though gas prices are high right now, drivers are in a much better place than they were last summer. In Orlando, Kennedy Mason, getting results, News 6.
You don't care if people die.
Dozens of passionate demonstrators gathered outside the Florida Supreme Court after arguments were heard regarding Florida's 15-week abortion ban. This hearing comes after Planned Parenthood of Southwest and Central Florida requested for the court to hear their arguments.
While it may not seem like such a big deal, is an incredibly important event. This determines whether the citizens of Florida have a right to self-determination.
Ben Braver and others from Women's Voices of Southwest Florida tell me they do not think this will be a fair trial.
This justice is entirely conservative. We know that the state of Florida is not entirely conservative. Because the justices are not representative of the citizens, it's not fair.
Groups like the Post-Roe Generation agreed that representation is important. That is why they traveled from Miami to show their support for the ban.
We're giving them the support of knowing that there are people that are wanting the laws to be rightly presented.
While passionate voices from all over the state are making their opinions clear, how do students in the capital city feel about this potential change to their rights?
As a female in college, I feel like this abortion ban is really awful. Personally, I'm not ready to have a child, and I feel like a lot of people would agree with me.
For students who oppose this bill, Minority Leader of the Florida Senate, Lauren Book, encourages young people to mobilize to the ballot this voting period.
What can we do? It is 24. It is the ballot initiative. It's giving of your time, your treasure, collecting petitions.
While there is no indication of when a decision will be made, past hearings of this magnitude have taken months to deliberate. For Seminole Showcase, I'm Kaya Poisel.
No justice! No peace!
Main Street Entertainment owns popular Tallahassee club Potbellies, the bar that served their underage employee back in 2014. Devon Dwyer is responsible for a hit and run that left Faircloth permanently injured. This trial is only a small part of Tallahassee's ongoing problem of underage drinking and driving.
In this city, I do think it's almost impossible to prevent underage drinking. I don't think students' hearts are going to change. Adulthood is realizing that, wow, a lot of people drink and drive.
And Taylor's not wrong. Florida ranks third in the country for underage drinking, with 101,000 underage people reporting drinking in the past 30 days. And in 2019, 21.6% of alcohol-impaired driving fatalities in Florida were under 21. And it's worth noting that Tallahassee comes out on top in the state for binge drinking, with 20.9% of residents admitting to binge drinking on a regular basis. But the school claims otherwise. According to their website, FSU's party school status is a myth, and most students don't engage in this behavior.
I don't think it's necessarily a bigger problem at FSU than any other college campus.
Justin Malloy is deputy chief of the FSU police force. He says the department focuses on education and support for first-time offenders.
Underage drinking offense, it can often be just a written arrest, like a ticket where you go to court and you show up, and the state attorney's office, with this being a college town, works very closely with us and the first-time offenders to try to give them leniency for that first offense, and they have special programs and everything for that.
Malloy tells me they dedicate their resources to student safety, rather than cracking down on individuals or establishments.
We want the students, when they're here, to be successful, and we talk about this in orientation. It is about safety on campus overall, and that's our main goal with everything we do. Whether they're underage or overage and they need to get home safely so they don't get behind the wheel of a car, we have Safe Connection, which is a resource. We have Knoll Cab. There's different resources that we have so people can get in contact. And I even tell the parents and the students in orientation, if you can't remember these numbers to call, or you don't have the Seminole Safe app, and you don't know how to get these numbers to get a ride home safely, just call the main number to the police department, 850-644-1234. And we will make sure you get home safely.
For Seminole Showcase, I'm Kaya Poisel.